What's going on YouTube? Here with 8th grade D-Lineman. What's your name?
Jaden Beckley.
And Jaden Beckley's up next. Make sure you guys tap into this YouTube video for insane D-line drills. Make sure you also check out my boy Jaden. Subscribe to the channel because dropping crazy videos every single week. Salute. So you're gonna be in your stance outside of this cone. And essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm the tackle here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to beat you going backwards. And what I want you to do is tag my outside shoulder and then dip and go. So you're gonna be reacting off me just like a one-on-one. And I'm just gonna backpedal as fast as I can. And I want you to have a great get off. The purpose of this is to build your get off, build your speed, get upfield fast. Also mirror me, tag my shoulder and then dip it underneath. So if you're the tackle, for example, I'm going here, go like 50% speed as soon as you go. Tag, 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 I'm here, and then I'm just rushing and then just getting some sort of bend in. So it's a rush race. So I'm gonna try to beat you going backwards. You need to close the distance to the outside shoulder as fast as you possibly can. Tag that shoulder and just bend and go, all right? Just getting warmed up here. Good, 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 good. Yep. So I always tell my defensive ends, no matter what, close the distance to the outside shoulder as fast as you can. Because if it's a reach block, now you just adjust off of that. If it's a down block, you're closing the distance here, so now you can fit off of that. If it's a base block, now you can attack that with power. And then if it's a pass rush, now you can attack, get in his face fast, get him to stop his feet and work a move. So when you're in your stance, I like to be in my stance, my eyes are glued to that outside shoulder because that's really gonna be your eyes don't wanna be on the ball, right? You wanna move on movement, you know what I mean? So I personally, and if your other coaches tell you something different, that's fine too. Eyes are right on this outside shoulder, that's gonna be your movement indicator, all right? Good, yeah. Yep. Really want to make sure that your get off is perfected. And then I really want to make sure you know how to run the hoop. And then I also have just a basic W drill that you saw me do on social media that I want to make sure you're perfecting, because at your age, you're really good at doing the advanced stuff, but we got to master the basics, right? Let's go one more here. Beat me to the spot, let's go. Good, 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 good. I think your first step can be a lot bigger, and that's a big problem that a lot of young defensive ends have. Is I'm in my stance, what I want to do is I want to match that tackle's kick step with my first step. So if you're in your stance, you're lined up on me, I'm a tackle, get in your stance. So your very first step with that inside foot, so this is going to be my first kick, ready? Here, I want to see if you can match your toe to my toe, at least. That's a big step, right? So now we have to really be in an explosive stance and really low to the ground, ready to push off so that we can get out fast, because it's all about beating tackles with your first step. And once you go to Bergen, you're gonna be playing a lot of really good offensive tackles who are gonna be able to get here, so you need to match them right away. So same exact thing, and this is just gonna help you get your foot up and over. And it's not really about getting your foot up, it's just about gaining ground with it, you know what I mean? So same exact thing, same drill, but now just this is there, so you gotta pick your foot up and get out. Yep, so your hand's gonna be, you know, right even with it. A lot of people kind of hate on this because you don't necessarily want to pick your foot up, but it builds a good tendency of understanding that you got to get out as well too. So that's why I like it. So we're going to do one rep with it, and then we're going to see if it applies the next rep, all right? Yeah. See if it worked. So now you have that muscle memory of feeling like you got your foot up and out. Now let's see if it actually applies. So if I'm here and I kick, I want your toe to match my toe. Yeah. Much better. Not perfect, but better. So let's do one without that just to see where you're at. And I just want to see where your toes lining up here. Same exact thing, touching this outside shoulder, bending, just getting a little bit of a bend in. Good. So now same drill. So I kind of gave you a one kick step there just to see where your foot was. Now I'm going to actually try to race you backwards. So beat me vertical and then bend. Good. The first step is everything, but obviously you have to accompany that with a 2-3 power step as well too. So same exact thing, and now I'm gonna see where your foot's at. Again, get it up and out. Let's actually do what we just did. Race me to the spot with that being there. You ready? Rush race. Beat me to the spot. Yeah, like that. We got W bend drill. So obviously you see a big W with 5 cones here, all about 5 yards apart. Whatever stance you wanna be in, set, go, here, dropping that inside, spinning the toe, here, dropping the inside, spinning the toe, here, spin the toe, accelerate through this last cone. Exactly. And all we want to do is just get in an idea of not dragging our toes and not getting stuck in the mud around these. So as we continue to work, everything is really going to be off this kind of 3-step, and we're going to talk more about it soon. But essentially what it is as you approach, it's going to be like 1, 2, and it's based off a counter, but in this situation, we're not counter stepping. I just want you to get around the cone. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then on that third one, I need you to pivot that toe, sink that shoulder, get here, then same thing. Pivot the toe, hit here, not getting stuck in the mud, not dragging my feet, and then accelerating. But I just really want you to do a full rep here, and then I'm gonna coach it. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to put you through drills and see where you can improve. Good, drop, drop. Good, 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 good. Good start. What I'm looking at here is this is where that pivot toe is. About every time it was about a foot off of that cone. So when I see you come through these cones, what I wanna see is I wanna see no wasted space, no wasted movement. So you have about 1 foot of wasted movement there. It's not gonna be perfect, but if we can get that in half, if we can get that more than half, that'd be even better. So here, I'm putting my toe pretty much right against the cone. Here, putting my toe pretty much right against the cone. Trying to get as close to the cone as I possibly can and just not wasting movement around there. Because it's not really like a hip flip per se, but it is weaving through these cones and just being really tight with that toe. But other than that, pretty good rep. So let's see what you got. Let's see if you can correct that a little bit. Very basic DN drill here. Ooh. Good, accelerate. Nope, you're good, you're good, you're good. Messed it up, all good, let's reset. You were like overly high because you're not sprinting through these. I'd rather see you go 100% through these and sprint all the way around and see you I'd rather see you fall going 100% around the cone than see you just kind of jog through it and just to work your way around it. You know what I mean? So effort through these cones, and I think the footwork will naturally line up. Let's go one more this side, then we'll switch it up. Ooh. Sink, sink, yep. Yeah, good. Way better effort. I think it was your cleanest rep so far. Again, I think we can get better with the details of getting around the cone in a more disciplined width and just tighten that width down a little bit. But let's get the other side going here. All right, so same thing. Now we're just dipping with the other hand. And again, emphasize the dip. The biggest thing here is as you're coming around the cone, you're taking that hand and you're doing a good job of it, but I want to see that whole body come with you, that upper torso, because essentially what it is this position right here. So if you can drop your chest over this knee, it'll make this dip a lot cleaner. So as I'm coming around, dropping the chest over the knee, dropping the chest over the knee. It's great that you're dipping, but without that proper torso body position, the reps just aren't gonna be as clean. So as you're dipping, really focus on snapping that chest over that knee in the process. Also be conscious, good get off here. So just like we just worked on all the time, like if you leave with one thing today, it's like my get off needs to be bigger and longer. I need to beat him to the spot. So same thing, replacing my foot here. I wanna see effort, Ooh. Good. Reset, 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 reset. And another big reason why you're slipping is just because you're up tall. So as you're just running, just make sure that your torso is over and that you're really trying to push vertically. Good, get off, sink. Good, yep. Good, good, accelerate. Nice, great rep, dude. Just to clarify, how I teach my guys when we run the hoop is it's gonna be pointing this inside toe and then pulling this back leg. Pointing this inside toe, pulling this back leg, pulling. Do this often. See how my inside toe is pointed, my outside toe is not. It's gonna really allow you to really get insanely low driving off that inside toe. Now this is a sketchy position to be in if I'm way up tall, but if I'm like this, it's perfectly fine because I'm using my leg to support all the muscles there. So I just want to see you kind of just jog through the hoop just like I did, just to get warmed up. We'll go both ways. I just want to see if there's anything I can critique off the end. Wherever, don't worry too much about your start. I just want to see you get into it and just go around it. Maybe let's go around it twice, back to this spot, and then just finish off. Not really a drill, yeah. Just ease into it, because the most important part about running the hoop is warming your foot up for this position, right? And we've done a good job of that with the other drills, but I just want to make sure that you're warmed up before we get into 100% bend on this thing. Set, go. Yep. Good, good. Yeah. So I saw a couple times you kind of stumbled a little bit. And what was happening is, as you were sticking this foot out, you didn't point your toe enough and you ended up putting your whole foot in the ground, which is kind of why you were stumbling there. So it's always just important that as you're doing this, and we're gonna do another rep of the thing you just did, is like, you wanna get around this as least steps as possible. So you really wanna gain ground. So as you're going, gain ground, commit to this toe, because as soon as you short step this, you're gonna wanna step on your whole foot. But if you can really reach, pull, gain ground around this thing, then you'll never have to worry about stepping flat-footed. If you're doing this right, your heel should never hit the ground, because you're stepping way out here, right? It's like, if my heel's hitting the ground right now, it's like impossible. It doesn't work like that. So that's how I know that you're just under committing to this a little bit. So do one more rep going the same way, and really focus on, before you get fast, gaining ground, gain ground on this thing, and then get faster. Set, go. Gain ground, gain ground. Yep. Swing those arms, yep. Now speed it up. Good, 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 good. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pivot the other way. See that rep? There was no stumble. That's good, because you're opening it up a little bit. And then as you develop, as you get older, you're really gonna be able to start to get your body way down in there. The only way you can bend is if you have a good point on your toe here, because that allows me to get way under here because of just general physics and gravity. If my toes are pointed this way and I try to step, I'm gonna slip out, I'm gonna fall on my face. So as you continue to run the hoop, you're doing it on your own time, you should like start trying to like bend. And what I like to do is, like, if I can start scooping the ground, that means my bend's really, really good. So as you continue to do this, and that's all gonna stem from trusting that you're gaining enough ground, pointing that toe, and leaning into it and just trusting it a little bit. So let's go the other way. Set, go. Good, good. More reach, more reach. Good, good. Now I believe I only saw one right there. You came out and you just reach and you hit your heel, right? Yeah. Just make sure that you're really pivoting that toe, you're landing on that toe. Let's do one more, let's kind of speed it up as we go. This is just warming up, because you're gonna do a full bend, scoop this towel, and then finish. So very basic, but I just wanna make sure you're warmed up for it. Again, really emphasizing reaching, pulling, gaining a lot of ground, and then start to lean into the hoop a little bit. That's the whole point of run the hoop. Start leaning into that hoop a little bit, and then just continue to get faster as you go. Set, go. Pull, pull, yep. Get a little faster, get a little lean into it. Yeah, great, good, 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 good. And then over time, we just wanna eliminate that, like, the little bit of a stutter. Because yeah, I saw when you're trying to dip and rip, that's good, but there's just a little bit of a stutter, which is it's just having the flexibility and being comfortable with this. So, moving on, let's get right into this. What I wanna see you do now is, I'm gonna still be here, I'm gonna be tackle kicking for you. What I wanna see is you in your stance, and then it's gonna be set, go, on my movement. Eyes are gonna be locked on the tackle, and all you're doing is huge get off, bend, 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 dropping, rip up through the roof, finish on the inside of this cone. All right? So scooping the towel, ripping it up. And if this is something, you know, if you're ever training at the field by yourself and you have a crease like this, a towel is a great thing that you can put in your gym bag that, you know, is just great. You can use a tennis ball as well too. So sorry for interrupting you guys in this extremely valuable video. Hope you guys are taking away a lot of these keynotes for this specific position, but I just wanted to interrupt you guys and stress the importance of you getting a 5-star football package and you taking your game to the next level this offseason. The 5-star football package has created multiple D1 players already, and many are well on their way. Are you gonna be on your way next? Make sure to head to 5starfootballpackage.com. I'm gonna link it below. There's a package for every position. There's no other programming like it in the country. If you get it, you're gonna get way ahead of all your peers. So I promise you, it's early enough that they probably don't know about it or aren't on it. So make sure that you grab one today and enjoy the rest of the video. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. All I wanna see is you can just tighten this up a little bit. So as you get off, first, your get off was a little short. I want you to match this foot. So match this foot one, and then get to this hoop as fast as possible, you know what I mean? So let's actually bump this cone up here about a foot. So that way you can just get into this bend faster. So what you kind of did is you got off and you kind of went like around and then got into the hoop. As you beat me with that first step, this is the situation, is you just beat me with your get off I have beat the tackle. I'm behind the tackle. Now what I need to do to seal my rush is drop that shoulder and run the hoop and then get to the QB. So that's the field applicability part of it. So this is important that you get a huge get off that beats me to the spot and then get right into the hoop bend. So let me just, I'm gonna be here. This is where my foot's gonna be. I'm gonna be kicking. So just for you, that's your spot. That's where I wanna see that foot get to. That's a big leap, so you really gotta push off of that like a rocket ship. Then also just tilt yourself a little bit here. Yeah, give me a little bit, because you're beating me to the spot, right? So now I need you to close the distance right here. So that foot should be right there on that white line. Ooh. Ah, it all started with a bad step. No worries, we'll get it right. So your step just didn't get there. So what I do this for is just to give you a visual. So as you're in your stance, your eyes are keyed on me, but pre-snap, you're seeing your spot. So you're like, okay, my foot needs to get to that spot. So let me get my eyes here, and then I see this spot, and in my head, I consciously know that's where I gotta get to. Be disciplined about it. Get your foot to the spot and see that pre-snap. But as you get used to working your get-offs, it'll naturally just be very good, aggressive, out every single time. You can win 80% of your rushes with a get-off. Doesn't have to be any sexy here, the other way. Like, you can win a lot of your reps with a get-off because high school tackles are naturally slower. So all I gotta do is beat a tackle here. That's it. See your spot, eyes on the shoulder. Ooh. Yeah. Good, great rep, great stuff. So cue in your head, stance, see my spot, eyes on the shoulder. Good get off. Ooh. Yep. Good, great stuff, kid. And that's also a good cue too, to know how you had a good bend if you're using this towel. Because if I'm standing straight up and I throw this towel, it's gonna land outside of the hoop. If I have a good bend and I throw the towel, it's gonna land in the hoop. So if you're out training by yourself, that's always just a good indicator to be like, hey, I had a good bend or I didn't have a good bend, all right? See your spot. What am I gonna say? Yeah, bad bend. So bad bend, also, I'm gonna say that your first step wasn't fantastic either. Because what you did is you gained ground, but I want your spot, I don't know if you can really see this X right here. That's where I want your spot to be, just because it was like what we did over there. It's like, you need to, when you're going around the cone, like, you need to be disciplined where your foot is. And what happened is the X is there and you are tilted this way and you got to get off, but your get off you lost ground on your get off. You gained ground vertically, but you lost ground horizontally. So if I'm really trying to beat him to the spot, I need to gain ground vertically and also gain a little bit of ground horizontally. And what I mean by that is, this is the plane that I'm on. But when I step at him, I need to beat him and also gain ground horizontally, because that's the fastest route to the quarterback. I don't want to go out to go back in. There's certain situations where that matters, but when you're strictly like, I'm looking at the tackle, I'm gonna beat you with my get off, and then I'm gonna, like, you need every inch counts, you know what I mean? So try to get that get off inside, X marks the spot right there. And I think if you get that get off perfect, then the rest of the rep will just come naturally. Yep. Ah, you got a little lost by focusing on me. So you try to hit me, got you really high. Don't worry about me. Beat me to the spot, beat me to the spot. This is like, I've won the rep with my get off, that's it. It took no hands, it took no eyes, it took no nothing. I looked at the tackle, I said, I'm gonna beat you to the spot and I'm gonna sack your quarterback. That's what this needs to be right now. Don't worry about me. As soon as you see me kick stepping, you're translating to, I have beat you with my first step. I don't care about you anymore. You're wasting my time, you're wasting my space. Let me get around you. See your spot? Give me one more. I think I saw your eyes a little bit there too. You're like looking at me, like trying to, you're like naturally want to work something too, which is good. And I love you're working with all these great coaches doing all these awesome hand fighting things. But again, at the end of the day, it's like, you don't always have to beat with a hand fight. Like, I want you to be such a good defensive end that you can beat all these tackles with your get off. And then you can beat all these tackles by being able to run the hoop. Like, these are the basic foundations that you need. The hands are great, but sometimes they can waste your time. Like, if the tackle gets stuck in the mud and you're able to beat him with a get off and you want to work his hands, you might have a great move on his hands, but the ball might already be out. You know what I mean? So it might be wasting your time. And it's not like that every time. You need to be able to work your hands as a defensive end, but for the sake of this situation right here, beat me to the spot. Do not focus on me at all. I don't want to see your eyeballs hit my eyeballs for one split second. I think last time I was here and you kind of looked at me and gave me a little bit of a shake and then went. I wanna see you see my shoulder and you're gone. You're not focused on me whatsoever. Yes. Yep. Now, just for discipline purposes, I wanna see one more rep. I thought that was really good, but I think you didn't accelerate through the end. And when you go to camps this summer, if coaches can see you give effort, being your age and being able to do what you can do is great. But if you can show them effort, that shows them trust. Like, I can rely on this kid to get things done. So finish through the line as fast as you can every single time. Make it perfect. Don't look at me. Yep. Now finish. Great rep, kid. Awesome. So essentially what I want to see is I'm going to be holding this. Can you hold that for me? Just find a way to hold on to that. So what I want to see is I want to see you in kind of a 2-point kind of stance here. You're not going to be able to rush right into this. This is going to take a second, but I want you to strike below him. So I'm going to hold him really good. I want you to strike, and then as you're striking, you're working over the top like this. So my outside foot's up. I'm striking. As I'm striking, this foot's going in. So 1, 2, 1, and then I want you to, with this outside hand, I want you to lift up and away, and then just stop right here. Because what that's going to turn into is a dip and a rip vertical. So your footwork, so you're going to be outside stagger, yep, right like that. And then you're going to strike him right in the stomach, boom, and then 1, 2, 1, over, and then right. And I want you to pause right there for a second. I want you to really pause as you come up over through here. So I want you to pause because it's going to be a crossover and then a push up and away. And I want you to pause right here. And it's going to be very weird. If you have to get this foot in, that's fine too. Because again, I want to really progress off of this. So maybe what I want to see right now is not even with the bag. We'll add the bag in. So what I want to see right now is I'm just here and then stop. So I'm here, outside foot, set, go. Stop right here. Find your balance, find your balance. Good. Let's do one more. Set, go. Pause. See how much ground you gained right there? Which is kind of fine, but when I put this bag here, you're gonna have to focus on going up. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna be able to gain that much ground effectively. So just really try to be tight here. So as I'm here, set, go. Let's go. Right here, boom. Just stop right there. You'll see why. We're gonna build into this thing. Set, go. Good, perfect, cool. All right, so you got the footwork down. Now let's see if you can do it on this guy. So for the sake of right now, no strike. Don't strike him. Just push up and away, and I want you to stop in that exact same spot, but except now, you're taking that outside hand, you're pushing it up and away. All right, set, go. Really good, really good. Now just let's find that balance. So I really wanna see you come over the top here, and as I come over, it's here. And then finding that balance right there, stop. Because if you can make the game small, especially at your age, it's gonna make a complete difference. And then once I'm here, what we're gonna do to progress off that is we're gonna push up and away, and then obviously take that shoulder and then get vertical. It's gonna take some reps, that's all right. Set, go. Great, good, 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 good. Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna give you a little bit more lateral presence here so you can really push that up and away. Set, go. Great, good, 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 love that. Now, see where your hand is? Let's try to get that hand to hand. So you're really like on the elbow right now, the actual arm. So let's try to get that hand up and let's try to push away, right? Because we want to win the hand. We want to take the hand, the forklift, the forearm, and lift that up and away. So just get a little bit higher on that. Give me one more rep. Sit, go. Good, 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 good. Love that. Cool. Now what I want to do, same exact thing. I want you to stop here. So I want you to go 1, 2, 1, pop right here, same stop. And then I'm gonna say set, go again. And just what I wanna see is I wanna see you throw that up and away and just dip that shoulder and then run vertical. I wanna see you run through this cone right here. Set, go. Go. So the idea here is as you're pushed up and away, you got this. You wanna take this hand, push this way up and away. I'm gonna be holding it, push it way up and away, emphasize up and away, and then take that shoulder and then drop it down. So really emphasize pushing it up and away. Yep, so what it is it's an outside forklift, and then you're just dipping on the inside. You're just taking that forklift and just steering it up and away. Set, go. Go. Good, love that. Also guys, forgot to mention, but if you want a 5-star football physical package with cones, hurdles, speed ladder, parachute, bands, football, anything that you need to train on the football field to become a much better football player, make sure you check out the 5-star football package, physical package on the website, go to physical and grab one. It also comes with a full year's worth of 5-star football position specific training. So you're gonna end up saving a ton of money. And I'm sorry for interrupting again, but let's get back to the video. Think you can put it all together? Let's do it.
What's the strike to, man?
I don't want to see the strike right now. Let's do no strike, and then let's add the strike there and see if it makes sense. So now there's no stop. You're pushing up and away. Make sure you exaggerate it. Don't rush that, because that's the cream of the crop of this drill. Push up and away, then get vertical. I don't need to see you break down on anything. Just get vertical. Sit, go. Great. Good, 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 good. Sit, go. Good, 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 good. Love that. Now what I want to see, hold this for me. So striking that, so it's gonna be one strike progression, and then getting to the same thing, stopping here. All right, makes sense? Stopping at the top. So same exact thing, other than the fact you're striking it, holding your strike, and then reallocating that outside hand to push up and away, stopping right there just like you just did. So I'm gonna say set, go. I want you to strike violent, and then you're holding the strike the whole time. Ready? Set, go. So, all right. Be a little bit more disciplined with your strike, because the purpose of this, I like the violence, dude, it's crazy. But the purpose of this is that you're working over the top, right? So I don't necessarily want to get displacement backwards as much as I want to get over the top and secure my gap. So as I'm striking, be violent with it, but don't extend anywhere. It's just hands. So it's just pop right here, just pop. So extend, get a violent strike with your hands, but don't push your hips through, because you're going to compromise the rest of the drill if you do that. Sit, go, go. Great, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's get a better rep. I gotta get a better rep on my behalf too. Sit, go, go, go. Good, 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 good. Sit, go, go. Good, 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 nice. Reset, now let's do the whole thing, let's put it all together. You think you could do it without 2 goes? You think you could strike, work over the top, lift up and away, and get vertical in one?
Yeah, I'm not holding it. I'm not holding that anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's a strike, go.
The idea of the strike is I'm trying to work to this gap. So I'm gonna strike you to get displacement, and then as I go, you're gonna try to throw your hands. And then I'm gonna take this hand, as this hand is still on to create that separation, push up and away, and then I'm gonna take this hand and just get it through. So you wanna hold the strike as you're working over the top, but you also wanna reallocate that hand here and then dip that one to the bottom. But this just keeps your separation, because this is a serious work over the top drill. And in order to properly work over the top, you need to maintain some sort of aggressive separation. Sit, go. Good. They get a little bit better of a rip. And I tell my kids too, when you're forklifting, forklift up and seat up. So as you're forklifting up and away, see that hand go up and away, and it'll just naturally make the move a little bit better. Because if you can make things small, like I said, like I'm making that forearm small, and I'm making it small, seeing it up and away, and then taking my hand right to the ground. Sit, go. Good. Sit, go. Good. How's that feel? Good? Cool, 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 cool. Starting over here. Just working there. Sit, go. Sit, go. So what kind of happened there is, just like I just said, you got so much displacement vertical that it ruined the rest of the rep. And that's fine, but you know, being a bulldozer is great sometimes, but for the sake of this, again, I'm in this gap, I'm trying to get to that gap. So you can do that by destroying that here, but what might happen is you might end up like 2-gapping the situation when you're just trying to secure that gap, because somebody's got this gap. And if I go through this guy, then I might be compromising my chances to get into that gap. And then I also might be ruining this guy's chances of making a play on the ball. So as I'm here, strike violent, like that was a horrible rep on my behalf, but have a good strike, but let it be like upper body strike, like not like full-fledged, like I'm hitting a one-man bag right now. Good rep here, good control. Set, go. Good. Set, go. So what I saw you do is you went boom and then detached, and it was a sissy little punch. So I still want to see you punch this thing, but like 6-inch punches and like this, boom. And now I want to keep that punch the whole time, maintain that separation with strong arms. And then as I get to this next set of hurdles, push up and away, move in here, and then rip it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you want to just maintain separation so you can get your hips over the top. That's the whole purpose of this, and then you're dipping and ripping right back underneath. Set, go. Same thing, just punching off center a little bit. You gotta be disciplined with where you're punching this thing. Another little tiny coaching piece is if I am punching this guy, I don't wanna punch him to the direction I'm going because naturally he's gonna go in that direction, right? Yeah. So what I wanna do is I wanna get my hips right first, and I wanna punch him vertical in the process, like punch him vertical this way, so that I can work over the top of that, because I don't wanna push him into the gap that I'm trying to go into. So be disciplined with your punch. Even though you're shaded this way already, don't just punch right there because he's gonna fall off every single time. Be like this, set, go, boom, punch in the middle, and punch as you're syncing up your feet as well. So as I'm punching, boom, you see how I'm in the middle? Yeah. That's what I wanna see from you. Set, go. Love that. So here's what we're doing here. We're just coming downhill with 2 steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I believe it's gonna be a 1. And then, yeah, 1, and then it's coming right out and you're just getting a little cross chop in here. So full speed, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna hold that. So it's a little stagger stance here. Speed. And then I'll put a cone out here so you can accelerate through it. It's gonna be set, go. Inside foot's going 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Set, go. Good. But what I'm looking for here is just this outside, being able to put this foot in the ground, threaten this tackle here, boom, and then really just work off of that with a nice cross chop with power off this leg, boom, working that cross chop, getting upfield. Set, go. Good. Set, go. Set, go. Good. Great rep. I just want to see you though, like once you cross chop, and then you get here, like accelerate down that blue line. Yeah, just burst. Sit, go. Oh, almost a great rep. Very good rep though. Let's go one more. You just hit my hurdle. Sit, go. So now we're working, this is kind of weird. So I'm adding an extra step to this cross chop. So I'm here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, here. And then as I'm coming back in, I'm driving out, full bend back down this way. Very hard, very bend, huh? Yeah, so it's really just like a head fake. So as I'm coming, let me split stand, set, go, ooh, ooh. Yep, it's just a little like, the idea of this is to get him to stop his feet. This is just being an insane athlete. Say go. Very good. Very, very good. You can be a little bit more patient here. Fake them out. And then I really want to see, as you step out here, I really want to see like a full hip throw of you stepping through and flipping your hips. A big time cross, yeah, right. Set them up, give them a good head fake, think them, threaten him back inside, so you're coming from the outside, threaten him inside, then go back. Say, go. Good. Great rep, love that. Set, go. Set, go. How'd that feel? Felt good? Yep, faking back in. So I'm here, and then really cross chopping out. I really want to see you dig with that jump. Really want to see you throw that jump. Set, go. See what I'm saying with that jump though? So you what you did, it was a decent rep. You were able to stutter back in, and then you worked it, but your foot ended up here. So I want you to beat this guy. So I want you to come, as you're coming downhill, ooh, and I want to see you throw that hip all the way. See how when I throw that hip, my foot is going from all the way over here to a full crossover as I'm throwing this cross chop, and I've beaten the guy. Now I want to accelerate. So I really want to see you dig out for that and really like hit a lateral jump, because you're going to be here, fake, and then beat that hand. I really just want to see you throw that inside. So what I'm meaning by throwing that leg, here, back, and then I need you to take this on this outside foot. We're gonna pretend like these hands aren't here for the time being, but here, and then I need you to go. That's what I want to see. And in the process, obviously defeating that hand. Right, getting vertical though, again, gaining ground, vertical and horizontal. So like 45 degrees downhill. Set, go. Better. Give me one more. Give me one more. I think you're getting the right direction there. Set, go. Good, 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 good. Love that. Love that.